Greetings, y'all. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I literally just rose not too long ago. That's why I still have my rising voice and these Gucci bags under my eyes. Anyways, so today is going to be a day in the life with me on my off day, but it's still an on day because on my off days I still got things to do. Yesterday was another off day, and it was awesome sauce. Anyways, today's gonna be another awesome sauce of a day. Right now, I'm making my mouthwash because I ran out and I need that. So I didn't brush my teeth yet. I know, ew, I'm joking. So right now I'm just boiling the water, and this is the container I'm gonna put it in. Today I'm gonna switch up the recipe. I always use clove because clove is the one that gets the job done. What the heck? Clove is the one that gets the job done. Clove is the one that gets the job done. If you know me for real, my life is a musical, so I sing and dance quite often. I don't know why I tried to put that down. Anyway, I had extra water, so I put some elderberry seeds in here. I think they're seeds, but I put some elderberry in here and the rest of the water. And I also just thought about it. This is how it's looking like. I'm not even gonna be able to utilize it because it's hot right now. And I wanna brush my teeth right now and floss and things like right now. So I'll just mouthwash later. It's not that big of a deal. I'm just happy that it's done. So during my vlogs, I'm just gonna be speaking about just my lifestyle. My lifestyle, I call it the Rebecca-tarian. Really, that's more pertaining to my diet, but honestly, it's a lifestyle because what you consume is also a manifestation of your reality. And so my lifestyle is a Rebecca-tarian lifestyle. And what I consume physically, mentally, spiritually is what manifests into this avatar. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so usually in the risings, and honestly, y'all, every day is not the same. Every day is literally my birthday. That's how I live my life. Every day is my birthday, meaning every day is a celebration. Every day I have something to be grateful for. I woke up with my fingers. I woke up with my elbows. I woke up being able to, you know, it's a celebration. So every day is really what it is in the moment, okay? I do affirmations usually. Every day, no. Most of the days, yes. Okay, I have usually water or tea in the rising. Last night I made this tea. It's red clover, star anise, fenugreek, and hold on. Let me show you. I can show you, but I can tell you. So this is a mushroom blend. I do not have fibroids, but it is preventative care because I care about myself so much. I'm preventing things from happening. Oh! But this has turkey tail, reishi, cordyceps, and lion's mane, and mucuna. If you want these, I sell them. I work with the company, but I sell them. I'll have the information in the description, but I'll also put it at the bottom. Okay. Then I recently went to this new herbal store. Apparently they pop in the UK. And I recently learned about it. And I went to their grand opening. It's called Eat to Live and Not to Die. Wow. And I got red clover and red raspberry leaf. And that's what I put in my tea with some Ceylon cinnamon and fenugreek. I freaking love fenugreek if you know me. I'm a fenugreek fiend. And if you know about fenugreek, you know why. And I'm not going to tell you because I want you to do your own research. Same thing on these. Ladies. Especially the ladies. This right here, you could even read it. I'm gonna let you read those. You can pause. Okay. Greetings, Earthlings. I am now getting ready to wash me mouth. I'm not going to show you everything because as I was doing it, I'm like, I don't want y'all all up in my mouth. Like, what the heck? But yes, your girl flossing wine in the tub. And I make my own toothpaste, so that is what that is. And my tongue scraper, I love her real bad, and I made it a her because why not? And now we are washing my glorious face with botana soap oil, and this daily salve is absolutely amazing for getting rid of pimples. When I tell you the next day is zap it up, okay? And I'm just rubbing that on my face. And yes, I'm using vitamin E oil from Dollar Tree. Mind your mother freaking business. Thank you very much. It actually works amazingly. All right, y'all. So I made the executive decision to work out. I'm making my pre-workout right now, which is going to be Celtic salt, some key lime juice, some chlorophyll, and spring water. So I just do about a pinch or two of Celtic salt, Celtic sea salt. Again, do your research on why this salt is amazing. I also have regular sea salt as well, but I mainly use my Celtic salt. I have this ready to go. She's sweating a little bit, and I just wanted her to be outside of the fridge. And now we're going to add our spring water and judge yourself. Yes, it's in a beer cup. This was gifted to me, and it's glass, so I'm gonna still use it. Starts with a tablespoon, but I don't follow the rules. And when we make our beverages, we put our intentions into it. For example, I trust that this beverage will bring me electricity to my cells. I trust that this beverage will electrify my body, mind, and spirit and raise my vibration to the highest frequency. I thank you. And I thank you for the abundance that flows to me with ease. I thank you that I'm a money manifester and all I gotta do is breathe. I thank you for enhancing my beauty, mind, and spirit. I thank you for divinely protecting me at all times and everything that I say, even on this camera, because you know we don't like to really share like that, but they want to be a part of our world, so this is how we do it. You know what I'm saying? Cheers, and we're gonna chug this. Excuse me. We're gonna take another break. Does it taste good? No, but we don't consume for taste over here. That's the Rebecca-tarian life. We don't consume for taste all the time. Okay. Just like that. Okay, y'all. So I literally work out on the outside of my apartment building because there's no excuse. I don't need a gym, and I just be finding random workouts to do on Pinterest like I just did right now. And today my focus is upper body and core. Yesterday I did legs with my client because I am a yoga instructor and she also wants to work out, so we've been doing fitness yoga. Anyways, all that to say, I even work out with no freaking shoes on because I would rather ground in the grass. So before I work out, I like to do a light stretch, as you see, and deep breathing as I stretch. You know the deal. And most of the time, I'm in my own world. So when I stretch, I be doing random things like this. Yep. So now we are going to get into our first workout. Okay. Y'all, I just found this on Pinterest and I did that 10 times for 3 rounds. This was the next, never mind, dance break. This is the next workout. There we go. And then the other workout, yeah, I was definitely sore. We're working on the core and it was a great workout. It was so beautiful outside.
I ended up doing another round of core, but this is now me meditating.
That was a great workout. I did what I had to do. I don't be doing too much, but the results be resulting, okay? My journey working out and stuff started in high school. My senior year, I lost over 30 pounds. And I've been able to maintain my weight ever since. This smells so good. Clearly I was thirsty. But yeah, I've been able to maintain my weight for over, I'm gonna say over 7 years. 7-ish, yeah, years. Currently I do not know my weight, but your girl, ooh, your girl slam and tick. Ooh. But currently I am plant-based. I'm still a Rebecca-tarian. Currently I mainly eat alkaline, but I'm still a Rebecca-tarian. And Rebecca-tarian means that I eat from my vessel, right? My name is Rebecca, so nature Soul Sista. I eat from my vessel. I eat what my body can handle. When I first stopped eating chicken, well, that was the last time I had chicken, but my body was literally rejecting chicken, meat, turkey, all that stuff, so I just stopped consuming it. People have their other reasons, but I just listen to my body with everything else for the most part. I still don't consume the bestest things. Anyways, I will forever be a Rebecca-tarian, but what I consume, you would just see. Like my skin, my skin be clearing up, and I'm so grateful. And I notice when it comes to clearing up the skin, it's truly about what you're consuming within. Bars. Yeah, clearing my skin mainly happened, like the major transformation I seen. I'm gonna talk and do work with y'all. The main transition that I seen is when I started to change what I started to consume, and adding more herbs to my lifestyle has been definitely helping with the skin. So shout out to that. Shout out to Unaltered again for helping your girl out. I'm very grateful for that space. Excuse me. Yeah. So currently I'm going to cut this sweaty melon and make some melon juice. So again, we're gonna work and converse at the same time. Let me wash my hands. We're gonna get into the tea of things. I've been doing vlogs. I have so many recorded videos, even edited, and I don't post it. I know. I want to tell y'all a little bit about me so you can get to know me a little bit more personally. I want y'all to see me cut this melon. Hold on. Okay, I live in a studio apartment, and I really don't like showing too much of my space, but on my trip, y'all already see my space, so it's not really much hiding, Rebecca. And again, this is a very temporary space, and now let's get into the story time. Story time / tea. Okay, so back in 2021, I don't even know how to say this, but I had no other choice to be a nomad, and I had to figure out life by myself. At the time, I was dating someone, luckily that individual was there. We were able to help each other out, basically. But fast forward, I was like, you know, I'm not vibing with this. So let's cut it out. So I decided to make the decision. 333, heard that spirit. And fast forward, abundance. So fast forward, that happened. I didn't really like it. Honestly, when it first happened, it didn't really bother me. I was like, okay, well, we're gonna find a solution. Like, it's gonna be situated, not knowing what I was really gonna experience. And so growing up, my parents provided for me. Like, I'm a princess. I never had to worry about money. I never had to worry about finances. I never had to worry about food and all this stuff. So I grew up pretty privileged. I'm not gonna say spoiled. I'm gonna say I'm a very privileged yeah. So fast forward, I was working for this one business, and I was a community mental health worker, and I loved it. But also I was peeping things that didn't sit well in my spirit, because I noticed that people in these, like, what is it called? I don't even know what it's called. Like, you know how when they get grants and stuff, and the community, like therapy people, I noticed that they don't really give a fudge, for real. And I gave too much of a fudge, because it's like people's livelihood, and people were going through some hard times, and so was I. But I am an optimist, so I was just encouraging them as I'm going through my own stuff, and I loved it. I love helping people. I love reminding people that they can help themselves. It's not even me helping them. I just love reminding people, like, yo, you got this, bro. It's not that deep. So fast forward, I found somewhere to stay, an apartment, and I was living with I'm gonna say an old friend, because that shit ended. That relationship ended really dramatically. I can laugh now, but y'all, before, oh my God. Anyway, so I was living with this individual, then I had a family member live with me, and then things were just not working out, and I wasn't responsible much, because I didn't have responsibilities growing up. And then when I was in college, I felt like I didn't really have that much of a responsibility, because in college, like, they still feed you, and then I was working, so I was able to provide for myself the little bit that I could, and I mainly used my money to get lit and have fun. No regrets. Like, now I'm in real life situations, and I did not know what I was doing. So basically, a lot of turmoil happened in that living space, and I had to get the freak out of there. I had someone trying to break into my space, because I allowed them in my space, and then when I cut them out my space, they were salty and was trying to break into my space, basically. It didn't work out with that friend at the end too, and I forgive her now, and I send her love, because we had some great times together. But I got to see the true her, and that shit was not cute. But also, it also showed me what I needed to work on within myself. Moved out of there. Where did I go after that? Oh, I moved out of there, and I was living with a family friend. I know this family, like, all my life till this day. And I'm gonna keep it G. It is what it is. This is my story. I'm not trying to save anybody. The fuck. But basically, I was living there, and I was feeling a little uncomfortable, and I was peeping shit, and I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. Like, the fuck? I'm not dealing with this. I just got out of an uncomfortable situation. Like, I'm not about to deal with more uncomfortability. And for those who know, when you're living with, like, people that's not family, even family shit, and you feel uncomfortable, it's like so depressing. Like, it's so freaking depressing, and a goddess was not trying to be too depressed. And I'm gonna eat this melon. Yeah, I was in a very, like, I was feeling uncomfortable, and I'm like, nah, son, this is not it. So I was working at the time, like a normal, I'm gonna say not a normal, but it was a 9 to 5, so I was making 9 to 5 money. And I said, fuck that, I'm getting an Airbnb, and I'm going to be Airbnb-ing until I find somewhere. I am the queen of delusion. It benefits me sometimes, but sometimes it don't. And currently I am conscious of how to use my delusion to my benefit, because it's a form of manifesting and it's a form of knowing that everything is always going to work out for me. It's just going about how it's going to work out for me. So yeah, so I was Airbnb-ing, y'all. I was on the beach, and I remember I was fasting at the time, and I actually have vlogs of this, and eventually I'll post it. I was Airbnb near the beach. I went to the beach every day. It was so freaking awesome. And then eventually I'm like down and depressed. I'm like, girl, I don't know what the freak to do. So shout out to my sister from another mister. This goddess I known not all my life, but since 6th grade. Her name is freaking Gabby. Gabby, I fucking love you. That was aggressive. But no, for real, Gabby came over, y'all, and literally sat with me and was like, yo, she didn't know what was going on much of detail, and she was going through her own personal like stuff as well, as we all were in those times. And she was like, we gotta figure this out, how much you're making, and da-da-da. Like, she literally sat down and broke it down with me, and oh my god, I could literally cry right now. That helped me tremendously, and it also showed me how much she loves me, and I love her so much. I'm getting emotional. Anyways, one day I was sitting in the next Airbnb I was staying at. I was like, God, what the fuck do I do, universe? Like, what do you want me to do? I don't know what to do. I'm generally done trying. I was on like websites, Craigslist, and all that stuff, and it just wasn't working out. So a goddess at the time, shout out to Michaela, she calls me randomly just to check on me, and I wasn't gonna answer the phone because I was feeling so down and depressed, and I was like, I don't want to talk to anyone because I don't want them to feel that, you know. I'm a very, again, uppity, optimistic person. Like, if I was a drug, I'm an upper, you know. I'll be in that category. And she calls me and she told me that her aunt has a room available for me to stay in my price range. I said, all praises to the Most High. And what I noticed in this journey is that most of the time I didn't have to go looking for the space. It came to me. Like, even the space that I'm living in right now, it came to me. I didn't go searching for it. And when I did go searching for a space, they took my money. Anyways, because I'm stubborn sometimes, y'all. And we're working on that. We're working on it. And when I want something, I want it. Like, and I want it now. Again, we're working on it. We are working on it. I ended up moving there, and I had a roommate, and it was a young male, and that was a whole nother wild story, and I don't want to make this video too long, but if y'all want the story of that and the craziness I dealt with, from women screaming at him, from me being a therapist, to me having to deal with a wild Jamaican lady, yes, that lady was wild. Her frequency was a frequency. Anyways, I felt uncomfortable there. And the thing is like, every time I felt uncomfortable, I had to leave. Because Spirit was like, girl, this is not for you. I know this is temporary, but we got to get you up out of here, or you're not going to level up. You're just not going to if you stay here. So that's what I was unconsciously receiving, I would say. Not even, I was conscious, like, I need to get the fuck. So fast forward. Again, I'm going to make this short and sweet. I move again. And then I move it. See, my hand is itching. I move again. And I said, fuck this. If I'm going to keep moving, I'm going to move out the state. I have no man. I have no children. Why am I staying here in Florida? It makes no sense. So, fast forward. I was just hitting up family members from different states, even different countries, because I definitely want to get the out of America, and I still want to get the out of America. So you can have some frozen melons. Yeah, I want to get the freak out of America. So I finally connected with two cousins, their sisters, in Boston, and it worked out. They're like, oh my God, I have a room, da da da. I'm like, let's do it. I haven't seen y'all in years. Like, wow, this is gonna be so cool. A different state. I know it's cold, but your girl was in survival mode, so I didn't care if it was cold, if it was 1 million degrees. I just needed somewhere to stay and build my foundation. And I'm gonna keep the date on it. And so I booked my flight to Boston, and I went in May. I remember May 15th, 2024. Literally last year. Oh my God, it's about to be a year. So I went to Boston. I was living with my family, my cousin at the time, and everything was cool. We had another cousin move in. Then everything wasn't so cool. Okay, I'm gonna make the story sweet and short. It didn't work out. That cousin did tell me she had, I believe, ADHD or ADD or something like that. And let's just say it showed. We literally had no problems. She would like find little problems, but I'm transmute till I just couldn't transmute anymore, and she kicked me out her house. I'm laughing at it now, but yo, it was so traumatizing then. And so fast forward in the summertime. So in the summertime, I went to New York 3 times, and then she kicked me out, I think like December-ish. No, I'm sorry, September. And so I moved to New York because I'm like, I'm already here. I have family here. So I was staying with my uncle, and my uncle is so cool. He's like the cool Haitian poppy, but he also not that cool because he a little too strict. But shout out to my uncle, I love you. Okay, I have vlogs and stuff of me being in New York, and I'll most likely post it. I may not deal with it. And so at the time, my uncle, I don't want to put everybody's business out there, but there was somebody that living there, and I was feeling that same like weird envious energy that I was feeling in Boston. And the universe always shows me like, hey, you do not need to be around these certain people because you don't vibrate there. And the longer you stay, the more chaos is gonna happen. That's why your ass just got kicked out of there, because you knew it was time for you to dip. And you didn't dip. And now we had to dip you out of there. So I was feeling that in New York, and I'm like, bummer ass fuck. I just got here, bro. So I'm still trying to figure out my life. I'm thinking that I'm gonna rebuild in New York and live in New York because I love New York, y'all. Oh my gosh. I went on worldpackers.com and I found a hostel to stay in for the free skis. And I lived there for a couple of months. I was farming out there. I'm gonna put a little like videos of what I was doing. This is beautiful. But I was gardening. I was in the forest. I would just sit out there and embrace the nature. It was so beautiful. I heard what is it called? Those certain dogs, I forgot what they're called, but howling in the night. The sky was so beautiful, seeing the stars and stuff. There was a cat there, my little friend, Harry. And I got to meet awesome people. So I was supposed to be there. For till December 8th, but I left early. And hold on. All right, anyway, so yeah, I went Oh, that's what it was. And one day, my mom randomly calls me as I'm in upstate New York. And mind you, at the time, y'all, so all these years of me transitioning and traveling and nomading it up, prior to that, I knew, and it's funny because it's like I kind of manifested this unconsciously. It's not funny, but anyways, I always wanted to travel the world because I'm like, there's a whole world for me to explore. Why limit myself? And I used to manifest that I'm a travel nomad. But when I was manifesting it, I'm thinking like, I'm a multi-millionaire and I'm traveling with my divine life partner and we're, you know, doing the thing, and I'm even just traveling by myself, learning different things from different cultures and food and how to heal the body, all that great stuff. One bottle down. Yeah, so that's what I thought, but the universe was like, ha ha ha, girl, we got another plan for you, little do you know. And so, okay, boom, going back to what I was saying. So my mom calls me and she's like, Rebecca, do you want to go on this cruise? Do you want to go on a cruise? I'm like, yeah, I want to go on a cruise. The heck? I'm over here depressed in the mountains. It's about to get real cold, and I'm a Floridian. I don't know if I could do this for real. So fast forward, I went on this cruise, y'all. No passport, no cash money in my pocket. But my faith, I knew I was going. I was like, we're going, and I was writing it down. I was manifesting it too. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going on this cruise, baby. Nothing is about to stop me. And prior to that, so that's what I was saying. When I was in the woods, I would manifest like crazy. I would visualize. I would go on my Pinterest and I would just, again, Queen Delulu. I would look at vacations and just different things. I'm writing down my affirmations. I'm reading affirmations that I see on my Pinterest board. And I'm also working on my own business. I was working on a drop shipping website then, and just different things like, how can I make money online, right? I was doing this thing called Reflex. Basically, you work at like random luxury stores in whatever state, city you're in. And I did it in New York. And I did it in Boston too. So I told myself, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to Boston because I had stuff over there, and I'm gonna work Reflex over there because they mainly know me over there, and I was doing a lot of reflexing while I was looking for work over there and stuff like that. And I want to put a side note: if you continue to apply for jobs and it doesn't work out, guess what, baby? It's not meant for you to continue to apply for jobs. Let the universe provide for you. Let the universe provide you the income. Whether it is a job or a career or a business endeavor, like, it's gonna work out. But stop trying to do that shit yourself when you see that it's not working out. Like, y'all be so stubborn, and I'm talking to my reflection. Okay, and I got the bread. I bought my ticket to Florida. I came to Florida for a week. Next thing you know, your girl was in the islands, and I had such a splendid time. I even have a vlog from that too. You see, I got vlogs for days that I don't be posting. But I'll figure out a way to post that. Okay, y'all. So, yeah, that cruise was so eye-opening. Like, I learned so much on that cruise about my superpowers and how powerful I am, and how I was able to manifest things on the cruise. I'm not gonna say too much because I do want y'all to see like the cruise vibe and the messages that I was receiving then. Like, OMG. I love a good juicy fruit. Okay. On this cruise, like, I was manifesting like crazy, and I was just meeting amazing people and having a great time with my auntie and her friends. Shout out to my auntie and her mother freaking sisters from another mister, yo. Like, oh my god. When I tell you the coolest Haitian aunties that I've ever encountered, yo, like, yo, the coolest Haitian aunties and uncles that I encountered, and I thank y'all so much for pouring into me. I enjoy being around elders because I'm ancient inside. I know I look young, but in real life, I'm like 1.5 million before Christ. You get what I'm saying? The day I come back, I'm like freaking the freak out. I'm calling people, like I'm calling, you know, spaces that I could rent a room because I'm about to start working and stuff like that. And then I remember I called, it's like something in my spirit said, call your cousin, my male cousin. He's super cool. Shout out to you, Mark. And asked if you could stay over there. And I'm like, you know what? Call yourself. You're right. Let's do it. So I call him. He's like, Rebecca, of course you could stay. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Then the day after, I start working at Unaltered. So that is just my little long story of being a nomad and pushing through my depression, the depression at the time. I'm not gonna claim it. And what I noticed in that was I had literally the faith of a mustard seed. Like I had such faith, even when I was depressed and like, fuck this shit. Like I was even thinking about, you know, suicide and ending it here because I have some depressed poems that I will share eventually. And I'm like, why the fuck am I even on here? Like I'm conscious enough to know that I am beyond this physical form, and I know there's more beyond this 3D. So why am I here, spirit? Like why y'all got me struggling like this? What is going on? Working out Unaltered, and I was so depressed. I had so many pimples on my face, but I showed up with joy. I showed up being my natural self. I don't like staying down for too long, and I always know how to bring joy to myself, and I know that's why Spirit wants me to be on social media and stuff like that. I used to try to hide, but you can't hide light. So working at Unaltered really reminded me of my divine power, and I was healing too because I wasn't eating the best. I wasn't eating chicken and stuff, but I was eating seafood sometimes and just other things that were highly inflammatory foods. But again, I was still eating like salads and stuff like that. I was really balanced then, but now it's like, nah, I'm not gonna play like that. I'm just not gonna play like that. And being in the alkaline space is really cool and interesting how they just consume food and different herbs. And I'm so grateful being there to this day and learning the things that I'm learning, encountering the freaking amazing people that I encounter. Really, truly a blessing beyond. So yeah, that's that. Right now, we're gonna break our fast with some melons. I do have plans later with the family, and I'm truly excited about that because I haven't seen my dad in about 2 weeks. I saw my mom yesterday. We had some tea at the crib, and I haven't seen my sister and my niece. So yeah, we're gonna curate that time today to be with family because they are so important to me, and I love them so much. Very much so. So yeah.
This was my divine meal for the day. I ended up getting ready. This is towards the end of the video. I trust that you enjoyed it. Until next time.